Today I want to talk about some non-negotiables in men's style. Now, this is sort of all of the stuff that separates those guys who just put clothes on from a guy who actually knows how to dress. So if you're a middle-aged dude and you want to look sharp and put together, here's a few non-negotiables that you should just not ignore. The first non-negotiable is respecting the occasion and the context. So being stylish it's not just about what you wear, but it's about knowing when to wear certain things. For example, showing up to a wedding in sneakers and jeans is just disrespectful. And the same thing goes with wearing like flip-flops and a t-shirt on a dinner date. It's disrespecting the other person and also the occasion. But also wearing a suit and tie to a backyard barbecue, that's not stylish either. It's just basically being tone deaf. Try to think about what you wear as a language. So when you walk into a meeting, your suit says, I take this seriously, I'm good at my job, and I'm worth listening to because I know what I'm talking about. Now this next one, and this should probably be like above everything else, and it's that fit is just everything, right? So you could be wearing a $5,000 suit, but if it fits you like a trash bag, you're gonna look like crap. But on the other hand, an $85 blazer that's been tailored properly to you, that's gonna look like $1 million. The thing is, as we get older, we need clothes that complement our body types. If you're broad in the shoulders or slim through the waist, or maybe you're carrying some extra weight around the middle, either own it or fix it. And get clothes that work with your frame, not against it. Then we have matching your belt and your shoes. Now this is one of those timeless style rules that just really hasn't changed all that much over the years. So we've got brown shoes, brown belt, black shoes, black belt, navy or gray suede. Just try to match that as close as you can. And it might seem small and insignificant, but all these little details separate the guys who know what they're doing from the guys who looks like they got dressed in the dark. Again, I don't make the rules, but these are non-negotiable. Now another extra part of this and another extra detail is matching your socks to your pants. I've talked about this before in other videos, and it's another one of those little details that can stand out. Blue pants, blue socks, black pants, black socks, brown pants, brown socks, you get the idea. But it doesn't have to be an exact color match, but it should be pretty close or at least within the same color family. And if you can use an upgrade in your sock department, you've got to check out today's sponsor, Straight Up Socks. These are basically the only socks I wear anymore. They've got a bunch of solid colors, and they also have some like this in this Argyle pattern. They also expanded their lineup with some all-new athletic socks. For those of you who are active, these new athletic socks are built to keep up with your every move. Ergonomically contoured for precise fit, these socks are differentiated by left and right foot designs to better match the natural shape of your toes. Zoned cushioning on the bottom of these socks offers extreme cushioning for cloud-like comfort. Mesh vents and advanced hydrophilic fibers work together to wick away moisture, keeping your feet cool and dry during your workouts. They use proprietary silicone strips on the inside to keep your sock in place all day long, because if you're anything like me, I hate always having to reach down and pull up my socks. These solve that problem while still being comfortable and high quality. The small profile of these little silicone strips hold the sock in place instead of having to rely on this area being super tight, because I've tried those and they're just super uncomfortable because they're just too tight. Now these are also made with moisture wicking Pima cotton because it feels amazing, it resists pilling, and they just always look nice and smooth. They also have a reciprocated heel for better fit, smooth toe seams, and a reinforced heel and toe for longer wear. There is going to be a special link down below in the description that's going to get you 20% off for a limited time. So if you need to restock your sock drawer with some high quality socks, these are what you need. Once again, this offer, 20%, is only good for a limited time. So please hit that link down below and go grab yourself a few pairs today before time runs out. Okay, another non-negotiable is that your shoes must be clean. People notice your shoes, women especially. And the thing is, right, here's the thing. Your shoes tell people basically who you are, right? They kind of tell the world how much you respect yourself. Now, you don't need a ton of Italian designer loafers, right? But you do need some quality shoes that are kept clean. This means no beat up sneakers, no cracked leather, and no soles coming apart. Invest in some versatile classics like a pair of white sneakers, some brown leather loafers, and a pair of dress shoes, because those three alone will probably cover about 90% of your entire life. Just keep them polished and keep them clean, because if your shoes look lazy, you look lazy. This brings us to wrinkles and stains. This is never really acceptable, and it's going to kill your outfit. You could spend the entire morning planning out your look, but if your shirt looks like it was wadded up in the backseat of your car, you're just taking points away from yourself and you're just killing your whole look. Use a steamer and iron, and of course dry clean those items that you have to. And if it's stained permanently, just retire it. But seriously, steaming and ironing only takes a couple minutes. But look, if you have extra room in your closet, hang up your shirts and your pants to prevent those crease marks from folding. But just that alone, hanging up your items will save you time, because everything is already wrinkle-free, just hanging there waiting for you. Now let's be clear about something else. Style isn't just about your clothes. Grooming is also style. If your beard isn't trimmed, if your nails look like you've been working in a coal mine all day, or if your hair is out of control, you're fighting an uphill battle no matter what you're wearing. You look at yourself in the mirror every single day, so give yourself a once-over up close in the mirror and take care of all those random hairs, right? You might not think that people can see your nose hairs poking out, but they absolutely can. Get on a regular haircut schedule every couple of weeks. Keep your beard trimmed, keep your nails clean, and take care of your skin. Think of grooming as your base layer of style, because without that, the rest doesn't really make sense. Okay, the next non-negotiable is chasing all the latest trends. Leave all that stuff for the younger guys. But look, with that said though, I'm not saying to wear the same things that you wore 25 years ago, but don't chase all the stuff that's geared towards the younger demographic. Basically all those chunky fits, the chunky shoes, the oversized boxy fits, because in my opinion, that stuff just doesn't look good on anyone, especially a middle-aged man. Another style non-negotiable, in my opinion, is your fragrance. Don't skip this one. Your fragrance is kind of like your invisible signature. People notice it even if they don't say anything. It also lingers around after you leave, and it kind of sets the tone for when you first meet someone. And also, for the record, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it should be intentional, and also it should match the occasion. Here's what I mean. So, for example, if you're out at a daytime activity outside and it's 85 degrees, a smoky, spicy, boozy fragrance really wouldn't be the best decision. So I like having aquatic and citrusy fragrances for the daytime, and then more spicy, woodsy, and sexy fragrances for the evening. And something else to consider is that outerwear counts. A lot of guys make the mistake of just planning their whole outfit, but then they just throw on some random jacket before heading out. And I think that's a big mistake, because your outerwear is what people see first. A nice overcoat, a nice pea coat, maybe a nice suede bomber jacket. These are all gonna be investments that will instantly elevate your entire look. Don't treat your outerwear like an afterthought. And look, if you made it this far, you are one of the true legends, my friend, so please hit the like button to let me know you made it, and also please consider subscribing if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching, live well, and I'll see you in the next one.